What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're diving into another awesome top tier deck. This deck is the deck that got me from Platinum to Diamond, and I gotta say, it did it very easily. So this is a deck that not many will expect, and it's got some cards that not many people that are high in rank are going to be expecting you to see, let alone expecting them to crush them, right? If that makes any sense. So diving into the deck today, we have a whole lot of really cool cards, a lot of really cool themes and all that, this and the other, right? But one card that really stood out to me is this Cleric of Lifespawn, and a lot of people are going to be saying, James, I'll play that card. I play it in my budget deck. That's the thing that gets me. Is normally this is a very budget friendly card that you're like, yeah, I'll slot it in because I don't have X card or Y card or whatever. However, in a best of one sense, this is so good. It's an Ajani. It's an Ajani's Prodmate. Yes, it only procs once per turn. However, it can also gain new life, which means it can proc your Heliod and all the other, life gaining matters sort of stuff, like your speaker and whatnot. Anyways, looking at this deck, it is definitely for sure a tier 1, if not a tier 0 deck, just for how easily and how quickly you can actually climb through the ladder with it. Now, setting that aside, difficulty to play, it's not super difficult to play, as you do have a lot of the options are very linear, so to speak. Now, once you start getting the Lurrus and the calls, and you got a little bit of a branching option, then it increases a little bit in the difficulty. Speed, the thing with this deck is it's a nice little mid-range deck that can actually act as a super powerful aggro deck, right? You got the Speaker, you got the Archfiends, you got the Luminarchs, which means you have the early game board presence, right? You have the Luminarch building them, and then of course you have a Maul that will be coming down later to buff up all these creatures. So the speed can certainly be there, while also having enough power and enough late game, mid game presence to still carry you out in case your first, 3 or 4 or whatever creatures get board wiped or exiled or whatever. So difficulty, speed, power. The power is so strong. You're gaining lifelink, or you're gaining counters off of your lifelink, right? Thanks to the Heliod, you're gaining counters off of Luminarch. You're gaining life, which makes it just in general harder for the opponent to win, right? Unless they're trying to mill you, in which case, you're attacking at a different angle from that point on, right? So power, it is certainly very powerful. As far as control goes, you actually have a little bit of control in this deck because you got the Bloodchief Thirst, you got the Heartless Act, you have the Alseid, which I wouldn't count as conventional control, but it is situational control, right? If you're in a board stall and the Alseid is able to give you protection from their creatures, and you're able to use that threat of protection to, push the game either offensively or defensively, sure, it's not actual control in the sense of removal, but it is a sense of board control. And so I would like to state that out as well. Now, diving in, we do only have one copy of Alseid of Life's Bounty to give our stuff protection and all that. It's not going to be every game that we need to use this card over and over again. In fact, most games, we just need to focus in on dealing the damage and let that carry us through, right? We have Speaker of the Heavens. Not only is this a 1/1 Vigilance lifelinking monster for 1 mana, it can create 4/4 Flying Angels once you hit 27 life, and well, hitting 27 life with this deck is super easy. Archfiend's Vessel is a nice little 1/1 lifelinker that can either be used as a chum blocker, mid, early, even late game, or late game, mid game, you bring it back and now you have a 5/5 Flying Demon, which is a little bit bigger than those angels, but a little bit harder to make happen as well, right? 3 copies of Bloodchief Thirst for some removal, 4 copies of Luminarch Aspirant to build up our Nullpriest, our Clerics, our Speakers, our Archfiends, all these tiny little creatures and make them into big, menacing, bulking masses, basically. 3 copies of Heartless Act to remove our opponent's creatures as well. This one comes in at instant speed, so it is, I wouldn't say better necessarily than Bloodchief Thirst, but it does have its own separate utility, right? Nullpriest of Oblivion. This card is really good. For the most part, you're just going to be playing it down as a 2 mana. I know the kicker is kind of cool. You can kick it and return another creature, and then you're getting double value, whatever. Okay, yes, if the kicker is there, if it's available, and you have a creature you can grab, and the opponent's not going to exile that creature, then use it, get the value out of it. But, for the most part, you're going to be playing this as a 2 mana, 2/1 that has Menace and Lifelink. Menace is really nice because it's obviously a little bit more evasive, makes it to where if your opponent, has a creature they care about, they're a lot less likely to block against you, as more than likely Nullpriest will just take it out, right? Lifelink is really nice, as again, we're trying to get to 27 life for our Speakers. We're trying to gain life to proc our Clerics. We're trying to gain life to add counters from our Heliod. So, Cleric of Life's Bond, I've talked about this pretty extensively. It's like an Ajani's Bridemate for vampires. plus add a little side effect, so to speak. Heliod Sun Crown, 3 mana for this 5/5 indestructible creature. Most times you won't be turning this into a creature, so don't really worry about trying to get 5 white devotion down. It's just in here so that way every time you gain life, you're getting to also gain a +1/+1 counter, and then that's just like huge value, right? You have a Nullpriest swing in, and now you can buff up your speaker, and now your speaker's big enough to swing in, and you know, so on and so forth. Moving us down, we have 3 copies of Maul the Skyclaves. This is a really great way to finish out the game, as it not only gives you evasion, gives you a little bit extra damage, it gives you first strike, and it can be re-equipped for, you know, only 4 mana, so it's not really that expensive. Moving us down, we have 3 copies of Call of the Death Dweller. For the most part, if you have this card in hand, you're going to be using it. It's just good value, you know. Recursion on 2 creatures, costs 3 mana, you get to put a Death Touch and a Menace counter on them. It's so good. Lurrus, next up, is going to be in here as a 2-off. This allows you to bring back your Clerics, your Nullpriests, your Luminarchs, you know, all of these small creatures to sort of help flood the board and help it to where you can chum block and you can attack and you can trade and not necessarily get the short end of the stick, right? Next up, we have 1 copy of Legion Angel, and this is to bring out our other Legion Angels from the sideboard into the main board. It's a 4/3 flyer, which means it's just automatically a solid body, solid defensive or solid offensive stats, sorry. And the fact that it brings out another version of itself is, well, really strong. Now, I will say I forgot to add in an Academ's here, but you definitely want to if you have it. I would say 2 copies max. You don't want to overflood it, but Academ's is a really good card that can help you in a pinch or in a late game situation. Just grab everything back, throw it on the board, and watch the opponent cry, basically. Anyways, I hope you've been enjoying these deck tech breakdowns, the new style of video, the new style of thumbnails we've been doing. If so, please be sure to leave a like and comment down below, and most importantly, hit that subscribe button so you can get more of this awesome action-packed magic later. Now, if you're going to hit subscribe, hit the bell icon, make sure that you're watching all the way through to the end of the video, as that's how you get the most value. I try not to put any games that aren't pointless, or that are pointless in the video. You know what I'm saying. Watch through to the end, because the games are there for a reason. I think they'll help you. I think every game has its own aspect or piece of knowledge, so to speak, that is there to be learned and the wisdom to be gained. So thanks once again, everybody, for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and without further ado, let's dive into some magic. Jacheklik? I don't know how to say your name. Opponent gets to go first again. I feel like we're having a trend today of going second. That's fine. You know what I hear about going second? You lose a lot more often. I love losing. Or no, it's I love Lucy. Right, well, sorry, you came for the wrong show today, folks. Came for the wrong showing. Alright, Archfiend's Vessel. At least we did draw another land there, so, you know, hitting the 3 is nice. Been doing alright with the deck so far. It climbed us into this little Diamond Reno spot we're at. We can rest pretty sure they're going to go for that Love Struck Beast on the next turn. I think I just want to add value to the board, though, right? More Archfiends. Give me an Alseid. Swing all in. I really expected to see a Bone Crusher somewhere in that turn 2 shenanigans, but that's all right. If we don't see a Bone Crusher, won't crush my heart. Actually, if anything, it'll make it feel better. Kazandu Mammoth. What do you do, Kazandu? Ba-da-ba-bum-bum. Bum-bum. So we could go ahead and Heartless Act the Kazandu, and I think there's a certain testament to be made about that. Given 1, it allows us to continue to swing in. 2, it turns off their turn 4 Great Hinge, which, you know, none of us really want to see that, so. I think we do swing all in here, even though the Alseid is at risk of getting chum blocked by the 1/1. It's the damage that we really care about. We're doing it. Down to 16, we're up to 24. You love to see it. Unless you're the foe, and then you hate to see it, but. Questing Beast, sure. I like how many Gruul players play this card nowadays. Really makes me feel good. I guess it's because Rogue sort of took a decline, right? And, well, if you hadn't noticed, Rogue sort of dealt with Questing Beast perfectly. So, A little unfortunate. We can still swing all in here, and we'll end up putting 2 counters on one of our creatures. I kind of like that. Kind of like that, not gonna lie. So, also keeps us healthy. Actually, we'll put 3 counters. Forgot all about that. Sorry. So our Archfiends can now defend against the Questing Beast in future turns, or just take it out on a trade. Either way, I am fine with that. Lovestruck Beast coming down for the foe. They will swing back in with the Questing. Another Lovestruck Beast on the horizon. Bad thing is now they have that Lovestruck. Sorry. Now they have that Lovestruck. I'm very tempted to just Bloodchief's Thirst to Lovestruck. Swing in with the Archfiends again. It's only at 1. Yeah, turning Heliod online's like gonna be a little bit of a problem. So let's just take out Lovestruck. We will swing, swing, swing. Now they may do the 1 to the 4 blocker, yeah, and then 1, yep. That's fine. Keeps our creature alive, gets it bigger and bigger. If we can get a Maul on this creature, my goodness, it's gonna be an 8/8 first striking, life linking flyer, which is of course fun, right? But on the other side, it's still big enough now to where, you know, it can take out the Lovestruck. Alright, so I feel like if we were to swing in now, it would actually, like, they would just take it out. So let's go for the Nullpriest, or cancel. Let's go for the Cleric first, right? Because then we're going to gain life off the Nullpriest. So happy that you're a kicker, Nullpriest. You don't even realize how valuable you are. So let's put this counter here so we can build up all of our creatures, not just 1 or 2 of them. So yeah, if we swing in here, I feel like they do block with questing, but you know, hey, that's taking out their questing, so I'm gonna gladly accept. Puts us up to 24 life. Yeah. Gives us another counter. Sure. Sure. We are but 3 life away from hitting 27, which means our speaker is about to be able to create those angels, which is really nice. Using their evolving wilds here, I don't know if that's the correct play. So if they swing with Lovestruck, we take that. Swing with questing, do we block that? Actually, if I do this, setting ourselves up for the speaker, but we won't have any creatures left over. Right. Could also double block into the Lovestruck. They more than likely take out. Yeah, actually I want to do this. Yeah, okay. So we get to keep the Clerics, get to take out the Lovestruck. Put a counter here, counter there. It's a 5/5 now. Okay, so land this. Another life gain. Another counter, another counter. What we can do, put lifelink on you, swing in. This will put us to 31 life, which again, that is speaker proc and territory. So they are going to block with questing. Fine with that little trade. Again, we have Call of the Death Dwellers, we have Agadeems in the deck, so the potential of us bringing creatures back is always there, to whereas they're playing Gruul aggro, you know. Oh, Luminarch Aspirant, beautiful. Next to combat, buff you up. Swing in. They're not going to block here. If they do, it's just going to be a chum block 1/1 to the 4/4, right? But we're getting angels, so check-click? You better be scared. Basically is what I'm getting at right here, right? So they're down to 10. Counter, angel, and in turn. Beautiful. Scavenging Ooze. We've seen this nasty, gnarly little creature before. It hurt us before. I think we're in a much, much better position now to just sort of say, sure. Sure. Do whatever you need to do, Scavenging Ooze. I got so much life. It's not going to be a problem, I don't think. Notice how I said I don't think. A lot of the times y'all see me get an opponent down to like 1 life and they top deck the Embercleave, Great Hinge, Wombo combo, board wipe. Right? I'm hoping that's not gonna happen today. Or at least right here. So they can't exile anything else. So let's call Who you gonna call? Clerics gets really big. Nullpriest has menace, which means it's evasive. I don't think we need to worry as much about the evasion. We have the 4/4 angels and stuff. And Cleric also gets the menace from what's it called, so. Our speaker is as big as their ooze, which means if I use Luminarch and plus up the speaker, it can and should swing in, right? Because that's enough to take out their ooze, and there's nothing they can do about it. So they should block with the 1/1 on the speaker here. We'll go up to 41 life. We'll also create another angel at the end of this, and then we'll... Okay, they're going to double block. Hey, happy to see that. Happy to. We're also going to give lifelink to this angel so we can put another counter down. Put another counter down. Of course, we're going to put it on the angel because the angel is in the sky, and that makes things a little bit harder. So we do have lethal here, and all they have is a little 1/1. What did I tell you about that last minute crate hinge? I was like, watch out for it. It's going to happen. Alright, well, we actually don't have lethal here. No matter how hard I would love to have it, we don't. We just don't. Should I have gained life there? Yes, I should have put lifelink on both of my creatures and went up to like 55 health. I'm really banking on the fact that the opponent's going to concede out here because they have to top deck an answer to 45 life, a 6/6 flyer, a 4/4 death touch menacer, you know, all this kind of crazy stuff. So I have a feeling like we're going to win here pretty handedly. Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher comes down, puts him back to 3 life. But again, they still have to take out the 6/6, right? I'm not saying it's impossible. You know, if it's popsicle, it's possible. But that is a lot. It's a lot to deal with for a Cruel player. Flyers aren't necessarily their allies. Now, granted, Vivian is something. So yeah, that's just a GG. GG, because there's nothing they can draw in the 1-mana drop slot that's going to allow them to do what they need. So, cool beans. Taking them down. And we're climbing through Diamond, I would say, pretty easily. So, next to combat. What? That doesn't make any sense. Cyclops, but not the way it's normally spelled. This is Psy, like what you would see in XCOM psychic top stuff, right? We'll keep this, although we keep getting these 2-land hands. I just want an even mana split, you know what I mean? Hateful Eidolon, these decks tend to do very well against this. I'm going to throw down the Temple, and we're going to try to remove that Hateful with Bloodchief's Thirst before anything else. Because them getting that card draw is just redonkulous. There's no need for it, so let's see. Skyclave Shade, no biggie there. No biggie there, so go ahead and take out this Hateful and get down a Speaker. Now, do we use the Speaker to block against the Skyclave here? I don't think so. I think our Speaker has more value than their Shade does, given it has Vigilance and Lifelink and can tap and make those 4/4 angels. Of course, they may just remove Speaker here, so it may all be for naught. Indeed, but at least we took out the Hateful Eidolon, so they're not drawing cards off of that, right? And they actually miss a land drop here? No, okay, they had it. I guess we'll discard the Nullpriest. Alright, so this turn we can go for the Speaker plus the Luminarch, which is really good. Gives us our Speaker a 2/2 body off the bat, which means it can block against the Acquisitions Expert. Of course, they may still have like a Mars Grasp or a Deadweight or, you know, something along those lines. It is indeed mono black. Either that or they're the unluckiest Orzhov drawer ever. They're looking at my Speaker. I have a feeling like they're going to try and take him out. Indeed, Harder Mauling, 4 mana to take out the poor little fellow. That's so sad. He never even stood a chance. Alright. Call for sure here. Get back a Nullpriest and a Speaker, or just get back 2 Speakers, you know? That's a toughie. You do have Menace, which means they would have to block with both, and they actually can't do that. There's a certain benefit there. I think I am still going to go for the 2 speakers though, because they certainly have a lot of potential. Bam! Alright, let's try this again. Both of our speakers are back down on the board. We have 12 life. Of course, we're going to lose 3 here down to 9. They shouldn't swing it with Acquisitions Expert. Unless they pull Mox's Favor and put it on it, then maybe. We also have Heliod, so if we can get the Heliod down, that would be nice. They're going to pull Mox's Favor, but not to remove my speaker, to remove the Luminarch. And then get down to Archfiend. So we'll see the 3-1 swing in here. I doubt we see the 1-2. It blocks. Another land. Boy howdy, I love these lands. It's like, please give me more, sir. Please, please, please. So we have to swing in here, otherwise we're just going to keep taking a beating, and we can't actually afford that. So despite the fact that we will lose one of these speakers here, it's just something that's got to happen. Just something that's got to happen. I'm going to go 2 blocks on the 1 speaker, or 1 block on the 1 speaker. 1 block on the 1 speaker. They just don't know what they want to do. It's really not that hard of a decision. Alright, so we'll take out the acquisitions first, I believe. Put you up to 3-3. Now, the Skyclave we're still going to let get through, but at least we regain some of that 3 damage that it dealt previously. We also made our speaker not so killable to the Skyclave, right? They're swinging in with both. I have to feel like they have a dead weight, so we're just going to let it happen. Just going to let it happen. I need some more answers coming out of the deck here. Serrated Scorpion. And moving Lurrus over. Alright, no biggie there. Back to my turn. A Maul. Ooh, that's really, really good, actually. Alright, turn this little guy into a 5/5 with Vigilance and First Strike and Death Touch, all that nice stuff. We'll swing in. Bam. Back up to 13. Put the counter there. And now we need more creatures, actually. I need a Alseid. I need a little doggo to protect the speaker. Let's see. Lurrus does give them not Alseid, acquisition back. But we don't have any cards in hand, so that's not a huge benefit. They're still going to use it. It's a little strange because, yeah, again, we don't have anything. Maybe they're just trying to flood the board? Not sure. They definitely should have swung in with their Archfiends there, I feel like. But whatever, it's, you know, far be it for me to tell you how to live your life, bruh. So here, I think we go for the Luminarch. If we can get there with the speakers, then sure, but Luminarch is so good. And never mind Cyclops, they're going to scoop it out. Sparrowhead, instead of like an arrowhead, like what the Indians would use essentially for their, well, arrowheads. Opponent does get to go first here. We're a little low on land drop, but I really like the Luminarch Alseid. We'll keep and we'll see. I think this is probably one of the slower starting hands, but that's alright. Alright, Sparrowhead. They have a Lurrus. They have the Fabled. It's probably Rogues. Yeah. Which means they should go blue here. Oh, Field of Ruin. I'm not gonna lie, I was not expecting that one. So I could swing it with Alseid first, see if they play down a, what's it called? A Rogue. I'm pretty sure they're going to do that in our end step, so let's just go ahead and get down the Luminarch Aspirant. They could also have a Heartless Act. No, it's a Heartless Act. My goodness, you gotta love rogues. That's alright, we do still have the Maul of the Skyclaves, and putting that on a Alseid at least allows it to swing through, you know, soaring thought thieves, all that kind of stuff. So, let's go for it. Yep. And swingaroo. And does it connect? It does, hey! One more hit like that and our little clerics will be able to create us some angels, if we draw into them, of course. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna say no. So in we swing. Bam. They're down to 13 health already. That's so crazy. Alright. Resolve all this. Let them get their land. Probably be a blue one. Indeed. Now we will Bloodchief's Thirst this little fellow, or fella. Get down a speaker, and the next turn our speaker will start creating us some tokens, right? Creating us some 4/4 angel bodies. We also have enough mana left over to use the Alseid to protect our speaker. Then come next turn, we have enough mana to use the Maul on the speaker, right? So things are looking pretty dandy for us right now. Not gonna lie. Now I do actually think I should use the speaker here at sorcery speed almost. Still swinging with Alseid, but use speaker at sorcery speed, I think. So they don't even have a chance to react or respond or destroy it or, you know, pretty much anything, right? No drown in the lock or any of that before we even get to activate it, so. There's the drown in the lock onto the Alseid. So, gonna get a 4/4 body down. How many creatures do we have over here? 2 Luminarchs? Alright, so if I resolve that, that costs 6. I could just get this down, or I could equip Maul onto the speaker. They're at 13 life. If I do that, we're dealing 7, which means in 2 turns they're dead. If I put down Nullpriest, still dealing 7, still 2 turns they're dead, but I'm committing more to the board. So I think this is the right play, equipping Maul onto the speaker. Making rogues play defensively, always a good thing. You know, it's hard to catch this deck off-footed, and you know what? We did it. We're 2-0 so far. Just briskly walking through Diamond. Kamal. Isn't that a card like Kamal's Vow or Kamal's... I feel like that's a legendary card. I really love this hand. I really hate the lands. I'm gonna keep it on good faith. You know, some may argue that is horrific. We'll see. I feel like I have a lot of good faith going into my game. So we hit the land. Looky there. No worries. So Cleric of Life's Bond will come down. Question is, do we bring down the Heliod given it doesn't buff that Cleric this turn? It is very mana efficient, but so is Maul. Alright, let's go for the Maul. It actually increases our damage. Getting down Heliod, while nice, it doesn't... Divine Arrow, ladies and gentlemen. The most unused removal in the entire game. Oh, that's so bad that is... that is Archfiends. So very unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll play the Nullpriest. Part of me is like, save it for the kicker or chance, but that's still 3 mana away, like it's a world away, you know? Alright, well, they shouldn't shatter on just one little teeny tiny Nullpriest, right? Surely not. Okay. Luminarch Aspirant, that's really good because we can play that alongside the Archfiend's Vessel, so let's throw the vessel first and see what happens. Huh? Oh shoot! It lands. I was really hoping they would counter it or something there, but let's be real. Archfiend's Vessel is not really the card you counter. Rewind. Boy, Kamal, you're just such a fun person to play against. Like, there is no other explanation. You're just a dandy fellow. All right, we're getting in for 2. They can't stop us forever. I would really like to see some more land. Obviously, that turns online the Legion Angel. Also allows us to equip our Maul, which is now gone. JK, I didn't even want the Maul. You're crazy. Speaker. So we can do Speaker and Heartless Act. Speaker, let's see, we're going to be at 25 life here. Nullpriest guaranteed gets in. Yeah. I was like, no, maybe I want to go for the Heliod this turn, but I think I guaranteed want to go for the Speaker removal of the Apparition. Although if they have board wipe, they're going to remove the Apparition for themselves. But this guarantees that I can hit 27 next turn. As long as our units survive, of course. Now, do they have board wipe? Maybe. Maybe. It's not really something, you know, you can always play around. Sometimes you need to commit more to the board. Dream Trawler, pretty good for him. Pretty good. Alright, so Nullpriest can still swing in, proccing the Speaker, right? Which allows us to get a 4/4 Angel down. So I could also go for this 4/3 Legion Angel prior to that, and then, of course, make it into a 5/4. We could also go for Heliod, and then when we make that Angel... Oh no, because we'll proc that first. Alright. Legion Angel it is then. Because we need the Angel down first, so that way it can have the 5 attack power Bonanza. Swinging with you because they can't block. Bam. And activate you. And then bam. So yeah, putting down Heliod wouldn't have actually allowed us to put an additional counter onto the 4/4 Angel because we would have gained the life before the Angel ever existed, right? Because that's what you have to do. So here I think we do actually play Heliod, given we have the Speaker. Alright, so Heliod's turned online. That Speaker is going to proc to make another 4/4 Angel. Do I want to swing in? Swing in, procs the Heliod once. Like if I do something like this, I can get 2 procs off the Heliod. Of course, that's allowing them to heal 6 for almost no reason. They would double block into this. I think I go no attacks and I just create another Angel. They've got 2 trawlers down now to the point where it's like if you do board wipe, you are wiping 2 trawlers, so you know, might want to think about that. Heliod, of course, is going to be able to start swinging in on this next turn regardless of the Dream Trawlers. So, also Midnight Clock, very close to that 12. And there's another one, so they are probably going to get the proc here. I don't think we have anything that really deals with the clock, so to speak. Okay, so again, I can create 2 Angels with the Speaker. Speakers, sorry. Do I just swing all at them? Let's see. 3 there and 3 there. So they're gonna gain... Yeah, I think I swing all in. Not you, obviously. What do you do? Not you, not you 2. Come on, guys, get it together. Swing all in. We can not use the Heliod because then we won't have mana for this other Legion Angel. But I feel like we have enough bodies in the sky now, and we're gonna deal enough damage that, you know, this isn't a bad idea. Let's chip them. Let's get in where we can. We also have, what, 12, 17 points of damage just in the Heliod and Angels. That's not to count this 3-3, the 1-1, and the 2-1s, right? So they are going to draw some cards here. Oh no, they're going to draw a ton of cards. Oh no. This is good for them. Horrible for us. Alright, so they're gaining a little bit of life. We will still have 2-3 angels to block out against them, though. That's fine. Again, doesn't really do anything. Oh, turns the Heliod off the line. Ah, psych. Alright, so they gain a lot of life. We put counters on you. You. Maybe we can make one of these speakers big enough to just swing straight through them. Alright, Legion Angel comes down, turns the Heliod back online, grabs us another Angel, and then we tappy, and then we have 3 Angels. Up and ready for defenses, right? So, definitely shouldn't have attacked there, given they had the midnight clock that was going to proc. I completely forgot about that little tower. Alright. So yeah, again, I highly doubt they shatter the sky unless things really, really hit the fan. Alright, well they may shatter here. Indeed they do. Shatter the hearts. Shatter the skies. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Alright, so we have a Speaker and a Legion. I think we go for the Speaker and the Legion. See if we can put Lifegain onto the Legion next turn. Nope, rewind. Psych, JK. Come on, what else you got for me? Nothing, just drawing a card with Maze Mind. So far, I'm not gonna lie, Kamal, your deck is very boring. It's so extremely boring. Let's see what we get here. If it's not something stellar, yeah, we'll just call it. I know. I'm sorry, Kamal. You got it. You want to take an hour to win your match? You take 5 hours to win your matches, but that's just not fun for me. It's just not fun for me.